This is how he was taken down by a high-ranking spy. It started with golden information near the party's Secretary General from Hassan's successor. 85 American bunker-busting bombs, each weighing a ton, were dropped, totaling 85 tons of explosives that dug into the ground for dozens of meters, creating an earthquake-like effect. All of this was done just to assassinate this man, Hezbollah's Secretary General, Hassan Nasrallah. But, of course, while these bombs completed the mission, there were others who initiated it, perhaps even in Nasrallah's presence, in his very room. At a time when it seems Iran might be content with hiding its supreme leader, Khamenei, in secret fortified rooms, fearing a similar fate for him as Nasrallah's. Iran might then proceed to negotiations with the U.S. over its nuclear file. Many questions arise, with the primary one being, how did Israel locate Nasrallah so accurately? Wasn't Nasrallah the one who referred to both mobile and landline phones as spies for Israel, banning all party leaders from using them, especially near him, even within kilometers of his presence? This suggests that a cyber breach might be unlikely. Another question, who will succeed Nasrallah, who has become an icon for Hezbollah and the so-called resistance axis? The strength of Hezbollah has often been associated with his personal leadership. Before we answer this question in detail and delve into the potential successors, let's first answer the initial questions based on media reports, intelligence sources, and analysts' insights. Given the massive security measures around Nasrallah, it seems the operation followed the old-school method through spies. To take down Nasrallah, the spy would need to be a high-ranking leader who first knows the exact location of Hezbollah's command and control center underground. They must also know precisely when Nasrallah would enter, where he would be, and at what specific time. According to many reports, this high-ranking spy provided Israel with golden information at a time when Netanyahu was preparing to deliver his speech at the United Nations. He made a quick phone call before his speech, then gave the green light for Nasrallah's assassination. Since identifying the internal agent of such high rank now seems almost impossible, another theory has emerged suggesting human error. One of Nasrallah's close leaders might have inadvertently revealed his location by making insecure calls or communicating at a sensitive time while near Nasrallah. Since Israel intercepts all communications in Lebanon, they identified the location and seized the opportunity. The third theory combines the presence of a spy and electronic surveillance. This spy could have been tasked with infiltrating Hezbollah's command center and planting highly advanced tracking and monitoring devices, while Israeli intelligence outside used advanced techniques to intercept sensitive communications through precise tracking and monitoring technologies. Relying on signal intelligence, Israel was able to trace the electronic signals emitted from fortified locations. Once Nasrallah's entry into the location was confirmed, the strike was carried out with tons of explosives. Today, with Hezbollah confirming the assassination of Hassan Nasrallah, another pressing question arises. Who will succeed Nasrallah as Hezbollah's leader? The region seems to be heading toward a full-scale war, so discussing potential successors is crucial after Israel successfully eliminated several prominent candidates. Two names that have survived so far stand out. Naim Qassem, Nasrallah's deputy, and Hashim Safi al-Din, one of the top candidates to succeed the group's leader. Since Qassem's role is largely symbolic within the party, analysts tend to dismiss him as a likely choice. Let's start with Safi al-Din, the leading candidate for this position, especially since his selection would likely gain Iran's support. Safi al-Din, age 60, was born in southern Lebanon near the Israeli border and pursued religious studies in Qom and Najaf, similar to Nasrallah. He was a founding member of Hezbollah in 1982. In 1992, an Israeli helicopter killed Abbas al-Mazawi, the second Secretary General of the party, and Nasrallah succeeded him, who at the time was head of the Executive Council. That year, Safi al-Din, who was completing his studies abroad, was called back to Lebanon to head the Executive Council, which was vacated when Nasrallah rose to the top. Safi al-Din was also a member of Hezbollah's Shura Council and its decision-making council, which selects the Secretary General. He is very close to the Iranians, partly because his son married the daughter of Qasem Soleimani, the commander of the Quds Force in Iran's Revolutionary Guard. who was assassinated by the U.S. in Iraq in 2020. Given his position, Safi al-Din was responsible for Hezbollah's social and economic activities, including overseeing the reconstruction of southern Beirut after the 2006 war with Israel. Now we turn to Naim Qassem, the second candidate for the position. He is 70 years old, born in Beirut, where he studied, and was a follower of Musa al-Sadr in 1974. He held the position of secretary in the Lebanese Resistance Brigades, also known as the Amal movement. Naim Qassem became known for his involvement in the Movement of the Deprived and then the Amal movement, where he became the deputy head of Central Cultural Affairs and was responsible for the movement's ideology and culture. He rose to higher positions after Sadr's disappearance in Libya. In 1979, Qassem resigned from Amal to complete his religious studies. By 1982, he became one of Hezbollah's prominent founders and initially took responsibility for educational and scouting activities in Beirut before becoming deputy head of the Executive Council, then eventually its head. He has been the Deputy Secretary General of Hezbollah since Abbas al-Mazawi became Secretary General in 1991, a position he still holds today, in addition to other party roles, including coordinating the party's candidates for parliamentary elections. Now, it can be said that regardless of who succeeds Nasrallah, Hezbollah will no longer be the Hezbollah the world has known for decades. This will become more evident if Israel decides to invade Lebanon by land. At that point, the true strength of the party will be revealed. Some reports indicate that Israel may have succeeded in weakening Hezbollah and ensuring it won't rise again in the near future, though other opinions suggest that Hezbollah could surprise the world and turn the tables.